What's up, y'all? It's Irv back with another video. This video, I'll be breaking down my Apex trading setups on my PA accounts. I have three of those accounts, and these setups are what brought me to my first payout with Apex. So, looking at the first trade setup, it's going to be on Monday, the 14th of April, on NQ, right? So, and it was actually MNQ, but I just use these charts for my markups. But we gapped up at Sunday open. And then I was looking for price to fill this area, right? So this was it was like area of interest for me. So when price wicked up above these Sunday night highs, that was just grabbing liquidity. And then we broke structure right here to the downside. So at that point, I was really confident in looking for those selling opportunities. So price left this 15-minute supply zone. So tapped into the zone, didn't close in it, rejected it pretty strong, and then gave this break of candle entry, right? So I took my entry right here and held for a one-to-one. Definitely in hindsight, could have held a little bit longer until we filled this gap. But just with Apex's trailing drawdown initially, I just wanted to lock in that profit, right? So took this trade, about a $300 win, and then I was done for the day at this point. Second trade setup's going to be on YM a week later on that 21st. So pre-market, we got a strong break of structure here under these London lows. Price came back to the supply zone, and then same kind of scenario, right? We wicked it once, wicked it twice, and then price gave that break of candle entry. So took this entry here, was in a little bit of profit, and then price reversed right before New York open. So wicked me out here, took a small loss, and then I scaled down to the 5 minute to see what was going on. And we actually had another 5 minute zone that wasn't tapped that first time around. So at open, price came in, tapped into this zone, and then started rejecting this area once again, right? So scaling back to the 15 minute, I took this entry when it broke this candle right here. I was debating getting in aggressive, but after losing that first trade, really wasn't trying to leave anything to chance. So took this second setup right here and held this for another one-to-one. Um, and this made a little bit more just because I risked a little more and the profit was a little bit higher, right? So this trade also ran for quite some time. Looking back on it, I think it was almost like a 1-to-6. Yeah. So this trade ran also, but just trying to take my base hits initially for Apex, right? So after this setup, I was done for the day, and that was that. The following day on gold, uh, we had so we had a small break of structure right here under these little lows right here. Price came back to this supply zone, and then on the 5 minute this time, and then I took this break of candle entry and held this for actually 1-to-2. So this one I held a little bit longer just because the stop loss was so small. So this 2-to-1 setup was around $400, right? So, and after this trade, I went ahead and requested. Let me just show my screenshot. So these are my three PA accounts, obviously scribbled over the account numbers, but 14 days total. You only need 8 for Apex, but took me about 14 days to get to that buffer area when I was comfortable to take a withdrawal. So I requested the payout around 3:30 on on the 22nd, and they approved it within about an hour and a half. And then they sent the funds at around 6 o'clock. So pretty quick process. And I think I received the payout on Saturday morning at like 4 a.m. So it's a little over 3.5 days for the payout, which is pretty quick, right? And if you go to the Apex website, and I'll refresh this just, but on the 22nd here, this is ECJ right here, right? And these totals match up with what was requested. So, um, quick little breakdown here. I'll be just focusing on holding these trades a little longer, especially now that the trailing drawdown is gone on these accounts, so I can actually let these setups develop and things like that. But I appreciate y'all for watching. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one.